Anton RAGA and Johan CHUA versus Francisco Bustamante and Efren REYES.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Billiard Network, the home of Global Pool on YouTube. My name is Imran Majid, aka the Maharaja, and what a great match we have in store for you. We are going to call this the Battle of the Generations. It's a race to 50 Scotch doubles action. Francisco Bustamante to break. Rack number 1. So, Francisco Bustamante, one of the legends, he's pairing Efren Reyes, the GOAT, the greatest of all time. He's broken and he's got a shot. And he's hooked actually on the one ball. So Efren is going to be forced to push out here. And pushes out, leaving distance. Mind you, he has left a shot on this one ball. Can just play this centre ball striking. No need for any English there. Nicely done. Unfortunately caught the 8 ball there. He was trying to miss the 8 ball to have position on the 2. This match took place in the Philippines. It started yesterday over the 9th and 10th of April. And what a great kick shot we saw there by Anton RAGA, the Dragon they call him. Age 24. His partner is Johan CHUA, 29 years of age, both from the Philippines. He's got a long, straight-in 3 ball. That is okay. He elects to cut it in the side, misses it by quite some way, and leaves Django, that's Francisco's nickname, an easy shot in the side. So he played that with some left-hand spin, using 3 rails for nice position on the 4 ball. Efren can shoot the 4 in the corner and play the 5 long, past the side pocket. Touch of left-hand spin there. Probably 9 o'clock on the cue ball he used there. Now he's pretty flat, pretty straight on this 5 ball. So he's going to play the 6 in the side. Wants to try and get away from the rail a little bit. So maybe he's going to play this into the rail slightly. Just like that. Yeah. Try and get the cue ball away from the rail. Nicely done. That's probably about the best he could do from that position. Okay, so a touch of right-hand English here and play the 9 in the same pocket. Or he even could use a plain ball. He did put a touch of right-hand English there. Nice position on the 9 to take rack number 1. Just to make it clear for the viewers, this is a race to 50 and it's a 3-part match. The first day will be a race to 17. Rack number 2, Johan CHUA to break. Makes the 1 ball and it's got a lovely position on the 2 ball. Let's see how he goes about this. Yeah, 3's right there over the corner pocket near the 9. So he can just roll this in and play the 4 long. or stun it in like that. Nicely done. Nice little angle to get over for the 5. Touch of right hand spin here. Play it into the rail slightly. Now you saw there how tight the pockets are. This table is pretty brutal. It's got just less than 4-inch bags, 4-inch pockets and a very deep shelf. Busty can spin this in with some right hand English. Try and miss the 8 ball on the way back. There you see the English taking effect, missing the 8 ball. Nicely done. Touch of left hand spin here. Nicely played for the combination on the 9. And the legends take that rack down. It's 2-0 as rack number 3, Efren Bata to break. They call him the magician. Okay, nice break. Lost the cue ball slightly. However, Busty has got a long shot on the 1 ball. I mean Chua. Johan CHUA. They call him Bobwit. Don't really want to put any English on this shot. Just centre ball striking. Very well played. Nicely executed. Good position for the 3. Or the 2, sorry. They don't always show the full table, so I'm not always 100% sure which ball they're going to shoot next. Probably wants to draw just before the side pocket, gets kind of middle table. Wants to get away from that 7. Just about found the window. Does look like Johan's got a little bit of angle here. Can probably top this through with some left hand spin. Okay, he chose right hand spin. It's not always easy to commentate on the Filipinos because they have this different way of thinking. Their positional play is not always textbook, shall I say. Stunning into the long rail. Nice position on the 6 in the side. Bottom left on the cue ball, probably 7 o'clock. Stuns into the long rail. Slightly overdone it. Want it to be a lot straighter. It shouldn't be a problem. Very well done. 2-1. It's a race to 50. Long way to go. Rack number 4. Raga to break. Has got a shot on the 1 ball. Can spin this in with some bottom left hand English. Probably 7 o'clock on the cue ball. There you see him applying a little bottom left. Okay, he overspun that ball and missed it by quite some margin. Bottom right on the cue ball here. Stun 2 rails into the middle of the table. Yeah, there you saw he wanted the cue ball a little bit further so Efren could play a stop shot or a little draw. Has to get position on the 3 here, so chose to play it with inside spin. It was preference really. A lot of players might have used outside spin there. He's come up short. Speed control wasn't at its best by the magician. Leaves a bank for Busti. Busti plays a lot of one pocket, so it's not a problem for him. Efren slightly hampered by the 7 ball. Can just follow this ball in 2 rails using some high left. Didn't quite get through the ball as he would have liked. Just left Busti on the rail here. Shouldn't be a problem. Looks pretty straight in, but I'm sure Busti can manufacture a little angle here. Maybe cheat the pocket slightly. Okay, so he had a bit of more angle than I thought. And instead of rolling it in, he thought he'd let his stroke go and play it with more speed, which is always a good idea. If you're slow rolling a ball, it can always go over a piece of chalk or a little bit of dirt and deviate the course of the cue ball. That's why some players elect to play the shots harder with more speed, so it stays on line. Pretty makeable 9 ball for Efren. Touch a left, spin this in. Like that. Nicely done. 3-1 to the Legends. Rack number 5. Bustamante to break. They're going through these racks pretty quick, so I got to be on my toes. Looks like a dry break here. And has left a pretty decent shot on the 1 ball. The 6 and 9 looks to be tied up here a little bit. I'm not sure if he's got an angle just to graze, pot the 1 and graze the 6 to open them up. That would be the most prudent play. Does have other options. Yeah, exactly what I thought. He opens up the cluster nicely. Well executed shot. Can stun this ball in and leave a 2-rail positional shot on the 3. Nicely done. 2nd rail and perfect position on the 4. Nicely done. He played 2 rails there because he didn't want to be straight in on the 5 ball, which was good thinking. He wanted to leave his partner an angle. Bottom left on the cue ball here, 2 rails. This is clinical stuff by the young guns. Probably 2-rail position here and try and get into the center of the table. Probably 3 o'clock on the cue ball. Touch of right English. Probably wanted a bit more angle there so he could play 2-rail position. Now Anton's going to have to draw this back and play short side position. Perfectly done. Reduces the deficit to 3-2. Rack number 6. It's Bubwit to break. Nice productive break, and he's got a nice shot on the 1 ball. Score is currently 3-2. Okay, he didn't want to hit the 5 with his cue ball, but nevertheless has got a nice position on the 2. And just roll this in, try and miss that traffic down there. Maybe a touch of left. I don't think he wanted to make contact with the 9 ball there. That was a little bit careless by Chua. And his partner is going to be forced into a jump shot here. It's all about getting position on the 5. It's a pretty makeable jump shot. This match is played in Manila. Like I said, it's played over the 9th and 10th of April. And this is the first part in a series of 3 parts to this match in a race to 50. So a lot of great action coming your way in this match. It's only part 1, race to 17. Alright, let's see if he can manufacture position for the 5. He did try and luckily caught the 8, and it looks like he's going to go right behind the 6 ball. Oh, that's rather unfortunate. Probably got a 3-rail kick here. 1, 2, okay, 2 rails. Makes good contact with the 5. And it's got pretty safe. It's a very acute angle to make the 5 in the side. The bank is available, however. And nicely done. What a great shot by Busti. Busti plays a lot of one pocket, so banks are one of his strengths right now, I would say. Played 3-rail position with some inside spin there, probably 10 o'clock on the cue ball to get perfect. Just a stop shot. And easy 9 ball for the GOAT. Extend their advantage to 4-2. Rack number 7. Efren Reyes to break. It looks like Efren's made a ball. It doesn't have a good shot on the 1. Bustamante. Maybe will he try another bank? He's got to kind of stiff this in. Change the angle of the bank. Nicely done. Second bank for Busti in this match. Like I say, he plays a lot of one pocket now. They're very adept with the banks. Efren chose to play short side position here. Now Busti can probably just roll this through with some high left, and it's kind of natural position for the 4. Okay, he didn't execute that very well. It looks like he stunned it more than following through. And has put his partner in trouble. Probably going to kick this to the back rail, and it looks like he miscued there completely. Okay, ball in hand for the young guns. Very easy table now. Stun this in the side and use some draw to get over for the 7. Pretty level pegging so far. That would make it 4-3 to Efren and Busti. Rack number 8. Raga to break. Looks like a dry one. No balls down on the break. They are using a magic rack. So you would have thought the wing ball would be wired. Efren can just draw over to the long rail and play the 3 long into the corner. Okay, he chose another route. There you go. Efren knows better than me. Yeah, why shoot it past the side pocket when you can get better position? You live and learn, especially when you watch Efren. You always learn something. Yeah, just play for the combination. 5-7. Doesn't want to lose the 5 ball here, so got to be careful. Nicely done. That sets up the rack nicely. Little bit of right hand spin. Down for the 6. Wants an angle. Bounce. Top left. Nice position for the 8. And that's 5-3. Only 2 easy balls to go. (5-3) it is to the legends. Rack number 9. Bustamante to break. Very nice break, actually. It's probably the best break of the match so far. Left a lovely shot for Efren. Can just roll this in. I think he travelled a little bit too far there, but shouldn't be a problem. Oh, that's not in. Yeah, it goes. He tried to cheat the pocket to hold his cue ball, and because of the tightness of the pocket, that ball didn't go in. It probably came because of Efren's first shot. Didn't have great position on the 2 ball. Overran the cue ball slightly. Nevertheless, the young guns at the table probably draw this back with some bottom right. Play the 4 in the side. Yeah, I don't think he wanted to draw that far back. Now it's a little bit tricky to maintain position for the 5. Could have been a lot easier. Looks like he's going long here into the corner pocket, which would afford position for the 9. Nicely done. Played it into the rail slightly. Good execution there by Johan. Don't think he can miss the 9 here. Has to go into the 9. And trusted to a little bit of luck. It's come out pretty good. Johan can spin the 7 in and go 1, 2, 3 rails for the 9 in the same pocket. Bottom right. Oh, nearly overcut it. Nice shot. Nice shot by Raga. 5-4 to the legends. Rack number 10. CHUA to break. They call him Bobwit. I don't know what that means. Maybe a Filipino person can enlighten us. Post your comments in the comment box, please. I'd love to know what that means. Good productive break has left a bank on the 2-ball. You'd expect Anton RAGA to get that. Looks like the table bank's a little bit short. Anyway, he's trebled it. He'll take that. A little thin cut on the 3 with some high left English. A nice position on the 4. This was taking place in Sharks Pool Club. I've never been to Sharks. I've been to a couple of other pool rooms in Manila. One side was probably the favourite for all action and top players playing there daily. It was called One Side. It's a little bit funny on this ball. Probably has to top this through with some left-hand English. Yeah, well played. His partner put him on the rail there. Use some right-hand spin there to get close position for the 8-ball. And they made light work of this rack. The young guns. 5-5. Efren to break. Rack number 11. Unfortunately for Efren, he hasn't got a shot on the 1. Was a pretty decent break. Good spread of the balls. Forcing Boosty to push out here. You've always got to have something in mind when you play a push out in case your opponent puts you back in. Yeah, he got a double kiss there, which is a little bit careless from Johan. He should have known that's a double kiss. It just crept in, that ball. Nicely done. In good position on the 2. Draw this back slightly, middle of the table, or even further. Yeah, even further. He wanted to breathe straight on the 3, so he could play the 4-9 combination afterwards. Easy 4-9 combo to take the lead again. 6-5 to the veterans. Rack number 12, Raga to break. They call him the Dragon. He has made a ball. No, he hasn't. Dry break. Seems to be a couple of dry breaks, which shouldn't really happen with a racking template. Maybe the ref's not racking correctly. There you see the tightness of the pockets. Django hit that pretty good. And the shelves are deep as well, so if you miss it, it's going to rattle and stay there. Bottom right, spun that in to get center table for the 2. Now, center ball striking, I would think. He could play the 3 in the same pocket. Maybe a touch of right to miss the 5. Yep, nicely done. Can bounce off the short rail and play the 4 in the same pocket, or play with a lot of inside spin and play the 4 in the opposite pocket. It's preference really, but that's probably the easiest shot he chose there. He didn't have to use so much spin. Only thing now is Raga is going to have to negotiate the 9 ball, because he's going to go into the 9 and needs position on the 5. So he played that with some top right on the cue ball. So when the cue ball hits the rail, the side spin would take effect and give him shape on the 5. They don't hang around, these two. Pretty fast players. Now wants an angle on the 8 ball to get back for the 9. So bottom right. And this looks like a perfect 3-rail positional shot to get on the 9. Even 4 rails. 1, 2, 3. Is it going to hit the 4? Perfect on the 9 there. Rack number 13. Bustamante to break. It was a good break, but I'm not sure if you can see the 1. Doesn't look like it. See some top players in this day and age will just get their jump stick out and jump over the ball and pot the 1 and run out. Efren is not too accustomed to the jump cue. Obviously, he likes to use the rails and is a master at the kicking game. Without a doubt, the best kicker of the ball in the world. So he's going to push out. Don't think he wanted to snooker himself on the 1 ball, because his opponent will probably put him back in here. Let's see what Efren has up his sleeve. They call him the magician, so let's see what he's got in his hat, in his bag of magic tricks. So I believe he's going to get some separation here and maybe snooker them back. Who knows? Oh, wow. Very nicely executed. Got some separation. And there you go. Has snookered them back. Efren, unbelievable at the kicking side of the game. I'd rather not snooker Efren if I play him. I'd rather leave him a straight-in shot than snooker him, because he's probably going to kick out or resafe or even pot the ball. Okay, but Johan went for the jump stick and has got a good leave. There you see Busti kicking at the ball, hitting the rail first, hitting the 1 ball on the side to get some separation, and he's got a lot of distance, so it's pretty well played. This ain't easy on these tight pockets, and there you go, he missed it. Has he left Efren a shot? No, he got lucky. It's part of the game. Small surface, 9 by 4.5 foot, big balls. So a lot of things can happen. And there you see, wow, shot of the match so far. Efren kicked that ball in straight into the pocket, and that was fully intended. And he played that. That's why I say I'd rather not snooker Efren. I'd rather leave him a straight in shot, long one. Good positional shot by Busty. Efren can play this into the side pocket, come back towards the middle of the table. 3 o'clock on the cue ball. Oh, and he missed it. That was a bad miss from Efren, I must say. What would I put that down to? Not pressure, maybe a lack of concentration. One rail position for the 5. Looks like he's got an angle going into the 8 ball, so see what he does. Okay, wow, nice little shot. He put a nice stroke on that one. Played it with some top left-hand English to get center table. Quite a makeable shot on the 6. It's got to bear down because it's tight pockets. It's very tight, this table. And he overcut that ball again. He's missed a couple into that pocket. What I could put that down to is his change of shaft, because Chua used to use carbon fiber. Seems like he's recently changed back to wood. So maybe he doesn't understand the deflection fully of his new shaft. Little thin cut on the 9. Busty playing left-handed. Nicely done. Spun it in with a little bit of left to help the ball in. The Legends take the initiative again. 7-6. This is rack number 14. Nice break. Controlled the cue ball, but it got kicked away. Has got a shot on the 2 ball for his partner, Anton RAGA, at the table. That's straight in 2. Just centre ball striking. No need to put any English there. Fires it in. Pretty nice lay of the land here. It is a race to 50. We're going to 17 in this part 1. Slightly overran position there. Well, not slightly, by quite some margin. At least a foot. Now Chua might have to use a little bit of inside spin here. Or he could play the 6 long, short side position. In that case, he would use a little bit of left. Okay, he went long, yeah. Short side position. Centre ball striking here. He's got to stun this in and get the cue ball off the rail. Okay, he rolled it. He had a pretty good angle. Top left on the cue ball. 2 rail position for the 8 in the same pocket. Two rails. I didn't expect him to go that far down table, but maybe the 9 was in the way for my shot. Oh wow, looks like he snatched at that little bit. Anton RAGA, bad miss. That was pretty wide, if I must say, for a player of his standard. He should have played that into the rail, into the long rail, slightly. And gives a gift to the Legends, who are going to go up 8-6. 8-6 to the legends. Rack number 15, the magician to break. No ball for Efren. It didn't look like he hit them with any kind of conviction. And yeah, they're both laughing at each other. Busty saying, Efren, that wasn't your greatest break, was it? Anyway, it's nice to see the funny side of it. And they both had a little giggle with each other there. Not the best of safeties by Chua. Look at this shot. 1 onto 9 combination and try and get a good cue ball. The 3's there as a kind of backboard to make the pocket bigger. And a good call by myself, if you don't mind me saying. See, the 3 was there as a helper. Into the rail, 9, and then 3. Lovely shot. Rack number 16. Raga to break. He's made a ball. And the 2 ball comes and spoils the party. Chua can kick at this ball 2 rails and try and get some separation, or he could, let's see what he does. Looks like he's playing a thin snick. Okay. Oh, that was clever thinking. There was a wall of balls there to try and hide behind. Overhit it slightly. Has left Busty a long 1 ball. And these are tight pockets. His cue ball's on the rails. Got to bear down this, put a good stroke on this ball. Just no English, just centre ball striking, top, centre. Stay down. And what a great shot. What a great contact on that 1 ball. He cued it like a dream. And it's got position for Efren on the 2. Great shot. Best shot for Busty so far in this match. Draw back, looks pretty straight. Draw back somewhere past the centre. Nicely done. It really is a pleasure to watch these two when they're playing well. And both their arms and minds are in sync. It's just a beautiful, picturesque thing to watch. Slightly short on this 4 ball. Shouldn't be a problem for Efren. Might have to go up and down table here. Play the 5 in the same pocket. Nicely done. $3 on the cue ball here for Busty. Play 2 rails. Cue ball in the centre of the table. Needs to go behind the 9. I would have thought. Yep. Nicely done. And 2 rail position again for Efren. $3 on the cue ball. Maybe $4. Little stun shot. Into the rail. Nicely done. Well, didn't want to be on the rail, but shouldn't be a problem for Busty. He's a shot maker. Got to stay still on this though. And trust your technique. He didn't stay still. He jumped up, but nevertheless, good position on the 9. And they extend their advantage 10-6 to the legends. Rack number 17. Django Bustamante to break. Looks like a dry one. Yeah, he saw the 4 and 8 were a good wall of balls to hide behind. Sending the one down the table as well. Not an easy kick shot here for Efren. But if anyone can, Efren Bata can. Okay. Quite intelligent shot there. Electing to tie up the 2 and 3 to make things harder for his opponents. Now, I'm not sure if the 2 goes in the same pocket as the 1. I don't think it does, so he might have to play the cue ball short side of the 2 and play it past the side pocket. So 2 rail position here. 1, 2. Used bottom left on that shot. Nicely done. Good position. I thought he would have rolled that through. It was pretty straight. I don't know why he didn't roll that through. Anyway, each to their own. Looks like he can draw this back and play the 4 in the side. Centre ball striking. Just draw it back slightly. And there you see the tightness of the pockets again. He hit that pretty good, but it was just refused. High left on the cue ball. We'll play the 4 inside. He overspun that. Yeah, that wasn't the pockets. He just didn't execute that well. I mean, because the table is quite tight, it can also mess with your confidence. You know, if all of a sudden you're missing shots that you usually make, you're not going to be so positive when you come to the table anymore. You're going to have slight doubts, and that's what's happening here. You know, these are all great players, and just goes to show the tight equipment can affect your game. Leaves a bank shot for Raga, nevertheless. Nicely done. Looks like another bank here. Or is he going to cut this in the side? He does have that option. You would think they're playing bank pool, right? If he banks this one. Okay. Why not just go ahead and bank the whole rack? Straight in on the 5 ball. Top left on the cue ball here, maybe 10 or 11 o'clock. Wants to hit somewhere where the chalk is. Leaves an angle from the 7 to get to the 8. Middle table position here would do fine. Stun this in with bottom right. Get closer to the 9. They get one back, 10-7. Rack number 18, Johan CHUA to break. Cube will go straight in the side, unfortunately for them. Looks like he's dyed his hair. It was black when I saw him last. Ball in hand for Django. I tell you a little story. Busty is my nemesis. I played him 5 times. He beat me on the hill 4 times, and I beat him once. Can just roll this 2 ball in. High cue ball, just center, high cue ball. Roll forward for the 3. Okay, he was going into the 8. I didn't quite see the angle he had there. Nice shot by Busty. Not sure if he intended that, but it's worked out well. And no real problems here. Just 8 to 9 could be the most difficult shot of this rack. But as we've seen, this is a tight table and we can't take anything for granted here. Bottom right, probably go 2 rails and play the 6 in the side. Yes. Let's see how Efren goes about this positional shot from 8 to 9. Does he draw back or stop right there? Okay, he stunned it in, got closer to the 8 ball. Bottom left on the cue ball. He decelerated there and he was stretching a little bit. That's why he lost the cue ball. That's not as intended. It leaves Efren a tricky 9 now. Especially on this table. These pockets are like snooker table pockets. So a little bit of left-hand spin to spin this ball in. And there you go. You missed the 9 ball. And has left a easy shot for the side pocket. That all came about from Busty's positional shot from 8 to 9. Rack number 19, Efren Bata to break. The 1 ball's down into the side. And it looks like there's 2-3 and then a 4-9 combination. Mind you, these are tight pockets, as I keep on saying, and can't take anything for granted. Good pot, but bad position. Wanted to bounce off the rail and come out for the 3 ball a little bit there. Has snookered his opponent, and Efren looks at the shot in disgust. He says to Busty, "I thought you were on my side. I thought you were my friend. What are you doing to me?" Efren going airborne. It's not often we see Efren use the jump stick. A pretty good effort. Not bad for Efren. Obviously, Efren likes to use the rails and is a great kicker of the ball. That's why he's not that great with the jump cue. He's not terrible. And it's a bit of a Christmas present for the young guns. Easy 4-9 combination to reduce the deficit once again. And it's 10-9. Raga to break. Rack number 20. It makes a ball and gets a nice shot on the 2. Has to put a nice little stroke on this to get onto the other side of the table where the 2's standing or lying. 3 o'clock on the cue ball, maybe 4 o'clock. Stun into the long rail. Come towards the middle of the table. Got a bit too much spin there. Hit the 4 ball. Didn't want to hit the 4 ball. That was a little bit careless by Johan. However, they've got a cross-side bank for Raga. I'm sure he'll go for it. Played with some outside spin. Nicely done. Found the gap there. Very well played. Not only did he make the bank, he got a good position as well. So, touch of bottom right. Stun a little bit. Straight in on the 5. Sure, they'll draw this back, get closer to the 7, somewhere where the cue ball is now, will do. Important rack, actually. Could tie up the match at 10-10. It's always nice to see a close match. And there you have it, guys. 10-10. Thriller in Manila. Rack 21. Django to break. Good break. He's got a shot on the 1. Has made the 5 ball. Can pot the 1 in the corner. And pretty straightforward position for the 2. Centre ball striking. Touch of bottom right. Just to miss the 9 ball. Yep. That right hand English took it away from the 9 ball. And also helped the pot. It's all about getting from the 7 to the 8 here. That's what Efren's thought process would be. Needs an angle on the 7. Nicely done. Perfect position. Can play this with some high ball, high right. Use 2 rails. 1, 2, maybe 3. Just got that 3rd rail as well. Perfect position. Just roll this in. And the legends are turning up the heat. 11-10. Rack number 22. Bob Witt, they call him, to break. Big, powerful break. Probably the best break of the match so far. Wow. Made 3 balls there. Just conferring with his partner where he'd like to be on the 5. And I think Johan CHUA told him to play it for the side pocket. And that's exactly what he's done. The 7 and 8, you seem to be a little bit clustered. Not easy to get good position on the 7 to hold for the 8. If the cue ball was where it is now, that's pretty doable. But it's all about getting from the 7 to the 8. They need that that angle. Let's see what they do. Played it with some inside spin, some high rights. Yeah, so he's thinking if he plays center table position, he can make the 7 and come up and down the table for the 8 in the same pocket. So Chua's going to play center ball striking. Play the 7 up and down, just like that. And I think he wanted to play the 8 in the same pocket, but nevertheless, it was good speed control. Gave a nice shot for his partner. Maybe when he played the 7, he should have used a little bit of right-hand spin to have a better line. Nevertheless, 11-11. Bata to break, rack number 23. Efren makes a ball, made the 1, has got a pretty good shot on the 2 for Busty. No heroics here, just looks pretty straight on this ball, so just roll it in. 3's laying handily over the corner pocket. No need to force the issue there. Yes, very sensibly done. And the young guns are watching in the background at the magician, watching his wizardry. How does he go about his runouts? They all watch and learn, you know, and they in time become great players themselves because they pick up a lot from the likes of Efren and Busty. Okay, so bottom left on the cue ball here, 3 rail position, I would believe. And there you go. He didn't want to bump the 5, but he'll take it. Efren can just draw this back for the 6. Just double checking where he wants to be. This was in Sharks Pool Club in Manila. It was played yesterday and today. Oh, there you see the tightness of the pockets again. Played it slightly into the rail and it doesn't accept the ball. And Anton Raga jumped out of his seat there in excitement to try and gain the advantage again. It is 11-11. So they would like to go ahead in this match. Still a long way to go, so race to 50. For those of you just joined us, you're watching the Battle of the Generations. It's a race to 50. And I am Imran Majid from the Billiard Network. Be sure to tune in to parts 2 and 3, which will be uploaded on our YouTube channel shortly. High left on the cue ball, missed the 9, played the 9 in the opposite pocket. 12-11 to the young guns. Rack number 24, Anton Raga to break, has made a ball. I'm not sure if you can see all of the 1 ball to pot it. Maybe you can see half of the ball, I'm not quite sure. If not, can kick using the rail to try and make the 1 ball. Let's see what he does. Okay, looks like he's going to swerve around the 7 and make the 1. With some spin, he caught the 1 too full. And that's why he didn't get position on the 2. He wanted a thinner contact on the 1 ball, so the spin would take him towards the 2 ball. Left a safety shot for Raga. Not the best of safeties. Kind of looks like this is makeable, this 2 ball. So he played that with some inside spin. Like 3 o'clock on the cue ball to help the ball in. And he's played it very well. Good shot by Efren. Busty slightly hampered on this 3 ball. Played the 4 in the same pocket. Very well played. Beautiful to watch. Okay, somewhere in the middle of the table. Let's see how Efren plays it. Would he shoot the 6 in the side? No, corner. Want it to be a little bit closer. That's why he's pointed to the position on the table where he wanted his cue ball. But nevertheless, it should be fine for Busty. Fires it in. 1 rail position. A little bit of right-hand English. Or could play 2 rail position. Yeah, it was a little bit thin for 1 rail position. So 2 rail position was the better option. And needs a little bit of inside spin here. 3 o'clock on the cue ball. Checks it up. Slightly under hit that ball really. Efren's stretching now. Little bit of right hand spin. Spin it in. Yep. Nicely done. Rack number 25. It is 12-12. Has he made a ball? Yes, he made the 8 ball. One's dressing up nicely. Now you would think the shot of the rack here is from getting from the 2 to the 3. Let's see how he goes about this. Maybe bump into the 4 and yeah, he did bump into the 4. Maintain position for the 3. It's a little back cut, but shouldn't be a problem. Spin this in, low right on the cue ball. Like 5 o'clock. Didn't want to hit the 6, but yeah, that all came about from hitting the 6 ball. So Busty is going to be forced to play a safety. Send the 4 ball down table 2 rails and cue ball behind the 9. He's just asking Efren what to do. And what a great teacher he has in Efren Bata. If you want some advice, just go to the best player on the planet. Not a problem. Has left a jump shot, mind you. He wanted his cue ball on the rail, on the end rail. He's going airborne. Good attempt. Yeah, see, back in the day, Efren wouldn't have missed that shot. He seems to jump up a little bit now. Obviously, that comes with old age. Behind the 5, I was just going to say. That's a nice lock-up safety. Busty would probably try and hit this ball 2 rails. It's a bigger ball to hit if you use 2 rails rather than 1. You'll probably try and make this, if anything. 1, 2, and wow, what a shot. There you go. The Filipinos are absolute masters at the kicking game, and he hit that so precise. He's even laughing about it, that he put Efren on the rail. He hit that too good. Now this is a tester for Efren. Centre ball striking, got to stay still. Okay, he didn't even attempt to go for it because of the tightness of the pockets, and I bet he wish he had done now, because looks like this 5 goes past the 9. Oh wow, I didn't expect that. I don't know what to say. That was nothing to do with the tightness of the pockets, because he should never ever miss that ball. I think he was just overstretching a little bit, causing the miss. Nevertheless, Busty strokes that long 5 in. Beautiful shot. Efren can spin this in with some left-hand spin, bottom left, or I would say maybe 7 o'clock on the cue ball. There you see the spin taking effect. It's pretty straight in on the 7. And play the 9 in the same pocket. Nicely done. Rack number 26. Johan CHUA to break. And the score is, I believe, 13-12 to the Legends. Pretty nice break. Doesn't seem to be too many problems here. Play the 5 in the opposite pocket. Just to remind you, we're going to 17 in part 1. It's a race to 50. So, I'd like to know your thoughts, guys. Who do you think is going to win this match in a race to 50? It's early days at the moment. Let me know your thoughts in the comments box. Rolls it in. Busty has to make sure he gets an angle on the 8 to get to the 9. I wish I could play like Efren when I was his age. I bet everyone would like that. Anyway, they take the initiative again. They go up by 2 racks, 14-12 to the Legends. Rack number 27, Efren to break. Makes the 1 ball. Looks like the 2 may just slide behind the 3. Can use the 6 or the 9 to hold, because he does have a bit of angle. Looks like it's pretty natural just to roll forward and bump the 9. Plays it into the rail slightly. Nicely done. Probably go through the gap, 4 and 7 here. A little bit short. Efren wouldn't be happy with that. His cue ball's usually on a string. Another foot down the table at least. But this is quite makeable for Busty. He seems to be getting into stroke now. Yeah, nicely done. Let his stroke go. Use the rails to maintain position. So Efren's thought process here is center table position for the 6, or do I come way down and use 2 rails and get closer to the 6? That's what he was thinking right there. Unless he defies me again, and yes, he defied me again. He uses the gap, 6 and 9, to play a nice little positional shot. It's a little bit of a cut, shouldn't be a problem. Bottom left on the cue ball. Busty can go around the table to get position for the 7. Nicely done. Would have liked a little bit closer. It looks like they're turning up the gas here, the legends. Ooh, I spoke too soon. Commentator's curse. Sorry about that, guys. Or is it? Oh wow! He fluked the 7 in the corner, and a little chuckle there. Efren REYES chuckle. Always like watching him giggle to himself. Bottom left on the cue ball here. He got into that nicely. Went right through the cue ball there and got perfect position for Efren. 15-12 to the legends. Rack number 28, Anton RAGA to break. They call him the Dragon. And he made a ball. He's got a shot on the 1 ball. Mind you, Chua has missed a couple in this pocket while spinning them in. So, 3 o'clock on the cue ball. Oh, sorry, 9 o'clock, other side of the clock. That was probably 10 o'clock. Nice position. But could have had a better angle, actually. Now, Anton's going to pop this ball in with a lot of right-hand spin. Just like that. And watch the spin there. Right on that 2nd rail take effect. Very nicely done. And the tap on the table by his partner. Very well executed. Little thin on this 3 ball, but shouldn't be a problem. Nicely done. And good position on the 5 ball. They need a few racks here, the young guns, because they are trailing 15-12 at the moment. So race to 17, this first part. We call it the Battle of the Generations. A 29-year-old and a 24-year-old against a 58-year-old and a 67-year-old. Quite a contrast in age difference there. Anyway, nice clinical stuff on this run out. Reduces the deficit. Could reduce the deficit, I should say. I'm not going to say anything prematurely now, because I've seen quite a few balls missed on this table. Sensibly putting his extension on. And there you go. Anything can be missed. Didn't expect that, by the way. but has left it pretty safe. What does Busty do here? Does he go for a bank? It doesn't bank into the corner. Okay, banks 4 rails though. Okay, and a good cue ball. That was very well thought out by Busty. Plays a lot of one pocket, so he knows the shots. It was a two-way shot. Go for a 4-railer on the 9 and get a good cue ball. He's got a good cue ball as well. Now this is a tester for CHUA. Centre ball striking. Got to keep still, stay down and follow through. Just trust your technique. Excellent shot. He needed that one. Well, they needed that one. 15-13. Rack number 29, Django to break. Crunches them, parks the cue ball. And does the 2 go past the 5? It looks like it from here. So, pretty open rack. I'm not going to say anything prematurely, but they should take this one down. Looks like it's pretty straight on the 3, so draw back. 6 o'clock on the cue ball. Try and get closer to your 5. You see his long, fluid bridge. High left on the cue ball here. Can play 2-rail position for the 6. Go around the back of the 9. Okay, 3-rail position. Caught me out again. Top right on the cue ball. 2 o'clock. He stunned it into the rail. Okay, this looks pretty natural to play the 8 in the side. That'll probably be the most prudent play. Just make the ball, touch of right-hand spin, just a little bit. Okay, he's going to the bottom rail and out, and perfectly done. Excellent shot by the magician. Absolutely perfect position on the 8 for the 9. And this will put them on the hill for part 1. It's a race to 17. Part 1, bounce. Nicely done. $16-13 to Django and Efren. Rack number 31. CHUA to break. Parks the cue ball. Does he get a shot? Yes, he's got a nice shot on the 1 ball. Two-rail position with left-hand spin. He's got an angle going into the 5 ball. He's just looking at that now. Does he bump the 5 ball out a little bit? Because he's going to have position on the 3. It just might make position from the 4 to the 5 easier. And he just did exactly what I said. Good call by myself. See now when playing the 4, position for the 5 becomes a lot easier now. Just needs to clear the 6, 8, 9. Just high ball. No English. Okay. Travelled a bit too far, but it's not a problem. Can cut this ball in the side. Nicely done. Good positional shot that. Had to use a little bit of inside spin to kill the cue ball. 8 and 9 go in the same pocket to reduce the deficit and go to 16-14 if he pots the 8 and 9. If they pot the 8 and 9, shouldn't be a problem. These are world-class players, so you expect them to pot everything, really. 16-14, rack number 31, Efren Bata to break. If Efren and Boosty win this rack, this will be the last rack of part 1. Be sure to tune in to parts 2 and 3, will be uploaded shortly. I've enjoyed part 1, I don't know about you guys, but I think it's been a bit of a roller coaster. The young guns were up, then Efren and Boosty came back, then they tied it up. Now Efren and Boosty gone ahead once again. There's been some misses, there's been some great shots, some good kicks, a lot of good banks, some wizardry from Efren. Yeah, he wanted to hit 2 rails there to try and kick the 2 ball in. Unfortunately, has given up ball in hand to Efren and Boosty. It's not a good idea to give them ball in hand playing 9 ball. These are absolutely 2 legends of the game. Well, you have the greatest of all time, and you have Bustamante, who's an amazing player too. Nearly missed that ball. Okay, so should play the 4 in the same pocket. Shouldn't be a problem. Played that with some inside spin. Now Efren probably will go around table using some left-hand spin. Will he? Or just check it up using some right-hand spin? I think he's going around table. There you see him applying the left. Perfect position. Guys, don't forget, parts 2 and 3 going to be uploaded shortly on our YouTube channel. Make sure you tune into that. And if you haven't done already, please subscribe and like to the Billiard Network. We'd appreciate that. Slightly overround position here. Ooh, a little bit of a tester for Boosty. I fancy him to get it. If he plays it at a nice speed, not too slow, I fancy him to get it. Yeah, ooh, he missed it. He has missed it. He's left it safe, mind you. Yeah, it all came about due to Efren's poor position on the 9. Overran it slightly. His table looks to be quite fast as well. Has caught the players out on a few occasions. Okay, so do you cut this in? Do you spin this in with some left? I think that's the favourite, the most prudent play here. Spin it in, maybe overcut it. Okay, he undercut it and he's got a safety back. A lot of players might have elected to overcut that. Hit it on the pro side. He's left Efren a bank. A long bank. Oh, he was quite far away with that. He was quite far away with that and has given up the rack, so it's not the end of part one yet. The score will be 16-15. Rack number 32, Raga to break. Efren and Busti missed a great chance there to finish up on part one. So race to 17, like I said. So they are on the hill. But the young guns are just one rack behind. 16-15. Karam on the 2, dressed the 1 up. Yep. Can just roll the 1 in, hit the long rail, and come out, bounce slightly out for the 3 ball in the same pocket. He can go through the gap, I believe. Yeah. Nicely done. I have to say, this is a great chance for them to get to 17 here. But I've said that on a couple of occasions and they've missed due to the tightness of the pocket. Three o'clock on the cue ball here. Maybe slightly lower, maybe 4 o'clock. Nicely done. Good shot. Has he overdone it? Yes, he has. See, the table's caught them out again. Speed of the cloth. This is only part one, so they will get used to this table. Just takes a little bit of time, even for the best players in the world. What does he do? Efren's walking around to give him a bit of advice. Probably snooker behind the 7-9. Yep. A little bit of right-hand spin there to find a perfect line. And snooker the young guns. Okay, how do they kick? So, long rail, short rail. Try and kick the 5 ball from behind. Or long rail, short rail, and a half ball contact on the 5 and send the cue ball down table towards the 8 and 9. It's got 2 options here. Long rail, short rail, half ball contact. Oh, he hit that like a dream. Excellent execution there by Johan CHUA. Very, very classy shot. That's why the Filipinos are the best at the kicking game. Thin snick, hit the left-hand side of the 5. Yeah, that's what I would do. Didn't snooker his opponents. Busti going for a bank with a good cue ball. Was that Busti? No, sorry, it was the other team. Yeah, so Busti's definitely got a bank here. And he's fired a few banks in already in this match. And he's going for this one by the looks of it. Bam, straight in. Never misses a bank. He works for Barclays or Lloyd's, this guy. 2 rail position on the 6, somewhere near the center of the table for the 7. Let's spin this in with some right hand spin. Looks like he's going 5 o'clock on the cue ball or thereabouts. Make sure you let me know what your thoughts are. Who's going to win this match? It's pretty tight at the moment. Post your comments in the comment box. There you see him applying the right-hand spin, 5 o'clock on the cue ball. And that looks to be really perfect. Coming to the end of this match now, or at least part 1. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Make sure you tune in to parts 2 and 3. Going to be uploaded shortly. And it looks like, fingers crossed, they get to 17 here. A little bit tricky on the 9 ball again, but he's got to pot this one. This isn't as hard as the last one that he missed. And there you have it. 17. They get to 17, 15. To the legends. Efren and Busti prevail in part 1. Make sure you tune in to parts 2 and 3. Over and out for now. This is the Billiard Network. Please subscribe if you like. I am Imran Majid. Over and out for now. Speak to you soon.